really love quotes. I love words. I'm such a sucker for good words and for good quotes. What the hell is that? Observed it, and then I cracked. Creating smiley faces or creating drawing. I love very minimal pieces of art and tech and products in general. Hi everyone, I'm Natalka. I'm based in London and I own a Vestaboard. So I thought, apart from my little notes and replies to the questions about my story and my Vestaboard, I would just make a little video. Inspiration. When I saw it first time, my friend sent me a link and he was like, "This is so you," and I'm like, "What is this?" And I straight away fell in love. I didn't know what it is, I didn't understand, but I felt like, wow, this is so beautiful. It's tech meets art, meets story, meets sounds and tactile environment that I'm very familiar with because I grew up in Poland, where I waited for trains a lot of the times in my life, and there was always boards like this hanging, and I thought, wow, this is so cool, this is so familiar, yet so innovative, yet so cool. What is this? How do I use it? What's going on? So I was very, very enticed by it, and I observed it, and then I cracked. And for the 10-year anniversary of my business, Natalka Design, I decided to purchase one, and it was an awesome decision. I couldn't be happier. So, in terms of, there's two ways I use it. I use it for my own self, for at home when I feel like it, in my space. It's in my living room. And when I got it first time, I was kind of using it all the time and like changing things all the time. There was the excitement of kind of like a new item changing the way that my wall looks like. But now I'm kind of more really loving the themes, kind of, let's say I really love quotes. I love words. I'm such a sucker for good words and for good quotes. So I just put a quote and I enjoy it for a while. And then if I feel like putting something else, I enjoy it for a while. And I just kind of mix and match. Sometimes I go to the picks of the day. So I sometimes go to the app and choose something that connects with me, but most of the time it's either lyrics or it's either quotes that I really, really enjoy. In terms of work, all my calls, say with clients or my team, Vestaboard is always behind me. Sometimes I have a background so they can't see, but most of the time it's behind me. And I sometimes, being cheeky, I use it sometimes to engage my clients, to say something funny, to set the theme for the session. So sometimes I'll name it a session, that whatever that is that I'm working with the client, I'll just name them. Or if we're doing a doodle session, I'll just blast that on the board. All sorts of ways. So sometimes it works as an engagement for my work. Also, I have a YouTube channel, so I often interview people next to the board because I think it's a great background and creative, and I always blast something on the board. And it's a personal thing, so even when friends come or I have some friends staying, I'll just put like, "Hi Jenny and Tom, enjoy your stay," or something like this, or I'll surprise them or whatever. It's just so multifaceted, and I really enjoy that. It adds a lot of personality, a lot of creativity. It's not taking over the space, but it's definitely like, I'm here and I'm visible. Equally very much matches my style and is very minimal. I love black color, I love white, I love very minimal pieces of art and tech and products in general. So I felt like it really, really suits my space, and I found it a perfect space behind where I work, by my table, or where I have my dinners or whatever. So it's just always there very visibly, but never kind of taking over. I think most of the time they love it. They love it, they're impressed, they're surprised. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that board. Like, what is that? Oh yeah, I've seen it somewhere on an ad or something." And sometimes they'll be like, "What the hell is that?" And it's both ways. It's super fun because you get to show them around and show them the app, and they get to play, and it's always a bit of a conversation starter. They find it always very interesting. I think it makes such a big difference when you come up to it personally and like see the details and how intricate it is and how well made it is. So I think they don't expect that it's going to be so kind of detailed and have so many little pieces in it. And every time we put a new sentence or something, I want to surprise them, they love the sound. They kind of don't expect it as the funniest thing because their reactions are so genuine. Whilst they get used to it, they're fine, but the first one is the best. Well, I think one of the funny stories I could share is with my nephews when they came to visit. One is 6, one is 12, but they love fun, they love games, they love creative things, they love to play. So when they saw it, they were like, wow, this is so cool, Auntie, can we play with it? And I said, of course. And for example, they were drawing on them. They weren't even writing things. They just went to the visual part of the app and they started creating smiley faces or creating drawings and like looking how it's gonna react on the board and like, you know, really focusing on it. So I thought, wow, this is so creative and so cool. And even sometimes we would do a game where I would say like, oh, draw something out of paper and can you draw it here? So my brother was very pleased because it literally gave us tons of time and they were gone and they were doing it and they were loving it. It was the best thing ever. So yeah, so thanks so much guys. This is me and my little story of my Vestaboard. I'm really happy I got it. It's such an interesting, different, creative piece of practical item, equally art item, equally tech item. It can be kind of in the background of your space and it can really interact with you when you want to. So yeah, that's kind of pretty much me. I hope you enjoyed it and see you around. Bye!